Oh, hi there. How is everybody? This is awkward. I haven't done this properly in a long time and I'm in a different place and everything's a bit weird, isn't it? The sun is probably going to be quite intense. I started off and the light was quite good, but now I've got this situation happening. That's all right. I'm not going to mention it again. So that's fine. I'm all done up nice and pretty. Although I hadn't put on my lippy. That's terrible. I'll put on my lippy right now. Excuse me. Beautiful. So I just had an interview today. So I basically have done everything I could possibly do. And I have the afternoon off, kind of, unless my mother gets hold of me. So I decided what perfect time to do a proper podcast. And I'm going to try and not lean on the table because it's making the thingy jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle. Who am I? Why are you here? Who am I? Who am I? I don't even know anymore. So my name is Grace and you are watching the Babbles Travelling Yarns podcast. I have been travelling for about a little over a year now, probably almost a year and a half. And I've been podcasting for a year now. My podiversary was last week or the week before. I think it was at Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Podiversary, 1 whole year. And this is episode 31. And I've been putting up lots of little vlogs and travel vlogs with no knitting in it for the last couple of weeks. So I hope that's been keeping you all entertained. I put up a big video of my travels all the way across North America. I was in Australia, I was working in Australia, and I went to New Zealand, and then I went to LA, and then I went to Canada, Vancouver, and Penticton, and then I went to New York, and then I went to Edinburgh Yarn Festival. And then I went down to Devon, and then I came home to Ireland. And I've been home for about 4 days, and I had an interview today and I start work on Monday. Yay! But I am living at home for the moment. We are settling in here. We're waiting for a flat to come available, and then we'll move into that. So I've got a lot to talk about, as you might imagine. But what I'm basically going to be doing today is wrapping up some loose ends that were left from previous times. I have a couple of giveaways I'm going to be talking about, a new giveaway, and a few thank yous and things from parcels that I've received because I finally arrived home in Ireland. I'm going to talk about my knitting, my finished objects. I have 2 finished objects since the last time I spoke to you, and I have a couple of whips that I've started and one that's not had anything done to it, and I need to do something on it because it's not that scary. It's going to be fine and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful. So that's my plan. Now I do have I was going to do a haul video as well, but it's just too much. I was writing out the notes. I was like, 2 pages is an hour for me because I talk and talk and talk and talk. So I might do a separate haul video and people do not have to watch it. I say that now. I have been restricting myself from buying yarn for a long time, and I was finally coming home, so I would have somewhere to put it all, and I wouldn't have to be worrying about weights and how much stuff I had and how much baggage that was going to be. So I decided to pick stuff up as I was coming home. So I will do a separate haul video for that. So let's start off with introducing myself. I introduced my name, but I don't think I told you where you could find me. You could find me on Instagram, Ravelry and Periscope as Vanna Willemeel. I feel like I'm blinking a lot. It's because I'm not used to having mascara on. Anyway, my eyes are so defined. Look at them. Beautiful. Yes. So Ravelry, Instagram, Periscope as Vanna Willemeel. I have a Ravelry group on Ravelry. Funny that, and it's called Babbles Travelling Yarns podcast, I believe. There are a lot of things going on over there. I've just shut 2 threads down because I have picked the winners for the giveaways that were up there, but I have a lot more giveaways coming up. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Go over and introduce yourself. if you want to, as a cute little group of people. We're all so cute and adorbs. Loads more people have found me because of Edinburgh Yarn Festival and my dash across the States. So I want to say hello and thank you, and come over and introduce yourself on the Ravelry group if you'd like to. I'd like to get to know you better. I am now, last time I looked, I was about 835 subscribers on YouTube. As of today, I don't know how long ago my podcast was. It must have been about 4-5 weeks ago now. But I'm at 1,315. Oh my God. That's amazing. So, thank you. And I hope it's worth it, hey? You'll love it. You'll love it here. It's great crack. Anyway, I hope you do enjoy what you see. And to all my long-term viewers, thank you so much for sticking with me. You're all super awesome. I love you so much. I love you so much. But I have a, shall I skip ahead to that? Yes, I have a giveaway, and it's kind of, well, you may or may not realize how big of a deal this is. So I went to Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and on the first day, actually a couple of days before, they released that they were going to have these special bags made. And these bags were just tote bags, beautifully made tote bags. But on the front, they have this image of a yarn ball, but it was like a cross stitch pattern, so you could use a part of all of the yarns that you got at Edinburgh Yarn Festival to embroider it, or you could just embroider it yourself anyway. Everyone was looking for them, and they sold out like that. So it was none the first day, and they were only getting 100 the second day. So who pops up at like 8:30 in the morning standing there at the front of the line? It was me, Cecilia, from CC, Creative Cecilia, Creative CC, sorry, Cecilia. Shamika was already in there actually, because she was a podcaster and she was able to go straight in. I wasn't organised enough, and I didn't get one of those special podcaster passes, but I made enough noise anyway. Everyone knows I'm a podcaster now. It was Karen from oh my gosh, you is in this Do You Knit. Karen from Do You Knit and Mr. Do You Knit. Oh my God, they're the best people. So basically, there was a ton of us in the queue outside, and I ran in and I got one. I got one of the bags, and I'm going to give it away. Aren't I the best? It's so pretty. You can embroider all the little things. I think because you've all been so amazing, and it's so wonderful to see everybody, I really, really want to give you some of these. So they only had 100 of these, and they were gone within the first 10 minutes as well. So I got them. So, but I'm also going to give a few things away. So I was hanging around quite a lot with my friend Ellie from from the Skein Deer podcast, and she has this amazing pattern which I have not knit yet, but I want to give away a copy of her pattern. It's a beautiful Selbu mitten. It's a traditional Norwegian pattern, but I want to give you something to knit it in. And this is merino, 100% merino, New Zealand merino, bought in New Zealand, spun in New Zealand. So it's kind of like opposites, the opposite side of the world coming together to make these mittens. It's sold by skeins.com, and I first found out about Skeins, which is actually a worsted mill. I think it's Worsted's one mill in New Zealand, and I found out about it through Truly Myrtle podcast. So these are beautiful, beautiful, soft, but still quite, it is merino though, but they'll be beautiful as mittens, and I think colour work will look really nice on these. You know, there's such a stark contrast. It's gonna be great, you guys. So I'm going to give these away, as well as a copy of Ellie's mittens, and also some tartan sheep. Oh my goodness. Can you believe how cute these lads are? Look how adorable they are. So yeah, that's what I'm giving away for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. This bag is very special, by the way. I was going to get 3, but I actually had run out of money at that stage, and I was like, no, I'm going to get in no money now. I spent enough on the first day, and I went straight to the bank, and I got a ton more money. So this was what my last money was spent on, and it's for you guys. This is precious. This is a precious, precious object. You guys. I might throw in a few more things. We'll see. I've got so much now. I can't even believe it. So to enter for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, I'd like you to comment down below in the YouTube podcast, because it's a YouTube subscriber giveaway. So comment down below, and if you have any suggestions about what you'd like to see from this podcast. I am going to be showing you a lot of Ireland, and I'm going to be hopefully going on a few trips around Europe, but at the moment I'm going to be trying to settle into Ireland and try and save up some money so I can do a lot more traveling in the future. But if there's anything specific you'd like me to talk about, like me to deal with, if there's any particular way you'd like the podcast to go, I'd love suggestions down in the YouTube comments just down below, and I will pull from the comments down below. I'll pull someone, and I'll get you to contact me, if that's all right. And that will stay open for until my next podcast, hopefully a week, if that's all right. Possibly, I'll probably be podcasting this weekend, next weekend. Today is Friday the 24th, so I'll probably be podcasting it on Saturday. So I'd love you to leave a little note down there, and that will be yours. I will send it anywhere in the world for you. So, yay! Oh my gosh, you're going to love that bag. Oh my God, everyone's going to be so jealous of you and your super, super cool bag. Anyway, right. So I arrived home on Monday, and the first thing I did was saw all of my packages that had been sent to me. So back in the summer, I actually won a CAL run by the Fruity Knitting podcast, Andrew and Andrea, and I saw them quite a lot at Edinburgh Yarn Festival as well. And they sent me this beautiful, beautiful book. Oh my goodness, this is the start of my library. The Knowledgeable Knitter. And I just can't wait to be sitting down in front of the fire and just reading all about this stuff. I love this because it tells me all the cast-ons, all the cast-offs. Oh my goodness, decreases. This is like a fabulous for... I feel like this is a really good book for garment knitting and shaping and fitting. Oh my goodness, back measurements, start measurements, all the different type of sleeves. Oh my goodness. And I'm starting to figure this out, you know. Starting to figure this stuff out. So this is the Knowledgeable Knitter by Margaret Radcliffe, and I think it's available on YouTube, available on Amazon. But it's a beautiful, beautiful book, and I'm so delighted. Thank you so much again for posting it out to Ireland, Andrew and Andrea. That was perfect. So yes, that was good. I have to find a space to put it now. I'm not used to having so much stuff, you guys. It's really weird. There we go. Now, Karen from Simply Stashless, wonderful podcast. I won another prize from her, and she made up these bags. They are so awesome. So she's big into recycling, and so am I. I try to be anyway. I'm going to be. Now that I'm in one place, I can be. But she goes to op shops, secondhand shops, or what do they call them in the States? I don't know, places where you put your old stuff. But she got these shirts, and then she made them into these bags. And look at the way that she's made this handle. Isn't that just, I just love this green. It's stunning. And she was so nice because I was traveling at the time when she announced it on the podcast, and I wasn't able to watch it, so she sent me a private message knowing that I was traveling. I love her so much. Thank you so much, Karen. So look, and there's a little pocket, a little shirt pocket for your NATOs. I love it. Of course, she didn't just send that, but she sent a metric ton of minis. No, not really, but it feels heavy. Look at all these minis. And there's something in here that smells amazing, Karen. Let me get in here, find it. Oh, it's the stuff. It's lavender. And look, it's made of the same fabric. Isn't she the best? She is. You don't need to tell me. Oh gosh, I have got so many things I need to knit now. Color me happy. Happy accident. That's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Yeah, That one. Oh my God. Oh, Mad Tosh Merino Light. So pretty, the colours. I know it's not focusing, but you can see the colours in that. It's fine. So I'll put that, the bag and that in there. Thank you so much, Karen. That is amazing and wonderful and fabulous and amazing. Now, another person got in contact with me. Nikki. And she is Cozy Penguin Knits on Instagram. And she's ridiculous. She sent me, I found something that I really, really want to send you. It's really like, you know, it's really you, okay? It's this button. This one button. She's like, I must send it to you. And I was like, okay, but just that, nothing crazy. You're not crazy, right? But look at this tiny button. It's like an airplane. Whee, whee. But then this arrived. I was like, it's not a button anymore, is it? It's not a button. Oh, she's so funny. She wrote this beautiful note as well. She's so funny. So this beautiful bag, perfect little sock bag. Oh my gosh. I like small bags. I like stuffing everything into a small bag just because it keeps everything neat and tidy. Oh yeah. She sent me some green yarn because green. That's nice. Anyway. Oh no, I've got makeup all over it. I haven't. It's fine. She sent me some teas. Oh my gosh, I've no tea. I might die. I might have to stop this and go get tea. I might have one of these. Ooh, chamomile, caffeine-free herbal tea. Or this one, licorice spice. Ooh. Or this one, vanilla chai. Oh, I think I'll get the vanilla chai, don't you? I think that wins out. And then she sent me maroon buttons. Look at them. Look at all of these massive buttons. And that's handy actually because I have a number of sweater quantities now. I counted, I have 12 sweater quantities. Tune into the haul to do that. Oh, yes, she also sent me these adorable stitch markers. And one of them, she explained to me, this is not a rotten egg, it's an avocado. Oh, look, it's the same color as I thought it was so funny. It's so cute. Thank you so much. It's perfect. You're silly. You're very silly for having to... It was one button, Nikki. Ridiculous woman. Right. Now, what I'm going to do now is make a cup of tea. So I'll see you when I make a cup of tea. Alrighty. I've got my tea. Oh, let me fix this bad boy. Has that been squint the whole fucking time? Oh, excuse my language. Rude. I kind of like it kind of off to the side though. Makes me seem, you know, debonair. Alrighty. Where should we start? I've got my tea. My new decaf vanilla chai in a pretty mug. And let's start with finished objects while I'm fiddling about with it. What I'm wearing at the moment, this is an old finished object. This is the Narita shawl by Marcia Ibuki, and I messed it up 50 million times, but I love it. And it's a special colorway by Hedgehog Fibres. This is my first indie dyed yarn that I bought in a yarn story in Bath. And I met Carmen again actually in Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and she said she remembered me, which is lovely. But it was loopy, the colour loopy, and it was specially dyed for that shop. So it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's like a grey with lots of little different shades of greens and blues. Blues mainly, blues and blacks. It's delicious. It's very me, you know. And it's kind of hot, so I kind of don't want to wear this anymore. Oh, spring day. It was snowing earlier. What's that about? Anyway. So this, if you might have noticed it, is my featherweight cardigan. It's my featherweight. Do you want to see it? It's so pretty. I'll get up and you can have a look at it. Let me see if you can see. Oh, it's so pretty. So those of you who may have seen me at Edinburgh Yarn Festival may have remembered it up here. Dang those singles lace yarns. Don't they just drop? So it fitted me perfectly. And now it's a little bit long and a little bit flowy, but that's beautiful too. Look at, I am so happy about this ombre striping situation. It makes me happy. Yes, so I had knit it in the round, and then I steeped it at the knit night on Thursday, just before Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and I didn't film it. Oops. Oh well. It is somewhere. Somewhere in someone else's camera, I bet. But it was wonderful. It was so exciting and so wonderful to do it there, because everyone was there, and that was nice. I'm gonna have a cheeky Oreo. And I really, really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the knit, actually. Sorry, earthquake. Really enjoyed the knit. Why did I do that? I now have to eat it. Ah. Oh, come on. It's hot as the face of the sun. But I can't stop. It's delicious. Okay, now, so I did enjoy the knit, and it was good to have a goal to try and finish it for, because I don't think I would have if I didn't have a goal. So I did 3/4 length sleeves. I have something on underneath this just at the moment. And I probably could have put an extra line there, but I was really terrified I was going to run out of green yarn. I was very low on it, but I did manage to get 2 lines on the button band all the way around, or on the band. There's no buttons in it. And when I got to Edinburgh Yarn Festival, the amazingly wonderful, super sweet, awesome, talented Laurie from Intuit Knit podcast, which you totally go over and see. She's so sweet. But she had these amazing shawl pins, like that her daughter-in-law, I want to say, somebody related to her, makes these shawl pins, and she had one that was stained green, and I cannot for the life of me find it. It is somewhere, Laurie. It is somewhere, but I have a lot of stuff now, and I don't know where it's gone. I will find it. I will find it, and I think if anybody watched Katie's from Inside Number 23, you might have seen it on the third podcast. That was the best meeting, Katie. Katie's the best. So funny. We were at the knit night, which is where I met Laurie, and Patricia from P4 Chen, and I met Andrew and Andrea from Fruity Knitting, and I met John from Beardy Chill, John and Janet from Beardy Chill podcast, and so many other people. Oh my god. I met a Pinhook and Needle, or Pins and Needles, Pinhook and Needles podcast. Oh, what's your name? I've forgotten it now already. But Charlotte from the Charlotte and Gus podcast was there as well, and Katie and the Sockmatician, and Katie was doing like a pan film, and then she saw me and I was like, and she was like, and I was like, she knows me? She doesn't know me. She doesn't have to come over. It's okay. She doesn't have a clue who I am. And then we had a big hug and a cuddle, and everything was great, and we're super best friends now. Well, you know, she has lots of friends, but she is so awesome. And if you've come over from Katie's podcast, because I was all over her podcast like a rash, sorry about that. My face was kind of on everybody else's face. But I couldn't help it because she's adorable, and I want to spend all my time with her. She's amazing. Anyway, so I want to thank you, everybody who came over, and I hope I live up to the hype. I'm sure I do. I'm great. I'm awesome. I've spilt my tea everywhere. Holy crap. Crayons. Holy crayons. Now, that's what I made. Oh, what is it made out of, you ask? Right, it's made out of Manos del Uruguay Marina lace. This is the wasabi colorway, and this, can you see? It's like a blue. It's like a deep blue with the variegated tonal. It's called Petrol, the colorway. And it is beautiful, but because it's a single, it drops. It drops. And I think I said I wouldn't buy singles again, but then I did. So I'm a big liar. I think I do love singles. I love the way they knit up. The colours are so beautiful on them. I think there's a place for every yarn, I think, but garments probably aren't where they're supposed to belong. So it is getting a little bit pilly under here. We can live with pills, can't we? Yes. It's the perfect lightweight summer cardigan. I'm going to make 60 million more. I have a lot of, I have this. I really want to make another one out of this travel knitter. This is the Dabbling Duck. And it's Silken Baby Camel. Oh my God. I want to make another one out of this. And this will be slightly thicker because it's fingering weight. Look at this colour. Have you ever seen a more perfect colour for me? If you put these two colours together, you get this. Anyway, I've got 3 of those, so I can make another one. One could theoretically make another one, is what I'm saying. Anyway, I love it so much. So when I had finished the cardigan literally just on the night of the knit night. So I just steeked it and that was it. I was finished. I just needed to tack in a few of the ends at the bottom, and I still haven't cut off most of the ends because I don't know, I just haven't. But they're all woven in and everything. But I had nothing to knit during the knit night, and I was like, well, I can't have that. So I stayed over at Marsha's house on my travels across Canada in Penticton, and she just gave me a ton of yarn, and I was like, Marsha, will you stop? And she was like, please take some, please. I was like, okay. So she gave me this yarn. Actually, it's really sweet because when I also stayed with Shannon Fisher from Etc. podcast, who just has a new podcast released. Actually, 1 second, I've just got a reminder about it. Yeah, okay, bye. All right. Just don't forget, okay? All right. Okay, bye, Jumper. Okay, bye, love you, bye. Okay. Just put that on silent later. So, yeah, I just had to ring Shannon there just to remind her about the cal that we have going on at the moment. But anyway, I will talk about that in a moment because I've just reminded her, so I'll tell you in a second. But anyway, I'm talking about these socks, right? So these socks were knit out of needles that Shannon gave me. They were Chowgu 2.75 needles, and it was opal yarn. I think it's a slightly thicker yarn. It must be like a sport weight, but I only cast on 64 stitches and they fit James perfectly. Normally James needs an 80 stitch sock. So it was done on bigger needles, bigger yarn. I am never doing any other sock again. This was so fast. However, pulling up my trousers, that's how you know I'm serious. I did these one at a time, and one is significantly smaller than the other. You can't see them. I meant to buy sock blockers, but I never did. Anyway, this is smaller than the other. He doesn't notice. It's fine. I don't know how he doesn't notice these things. Oh, well, maybe he doesn't. So I decided to pop a little rib here, just a 2x2 rib, just to try and keep the heel on, just try and keep it from slipping down the foot. I probably should have done it up here as well, or maybe here. I'm not sure. Anyway, I did a fish lips kiss heel and a normal toe. I did them top down, and they knit up really, really quickly. So these were done in pretty much 2 weeks, I'd say. I mean, that's quickly for me. I'm not a very fast sock knitter. But these were basically all I've knit for the last 2 weeks. And he has big feet, so I'm proud of myself. They have been worn, which is why they're not super, super pretty. So now, let me tell you about the cal that's going on. So myself and 5 other podcasters are hosting a 6-month-long cal, Wonders of the World cal, which basically is trying to get people to look outside the box of where they normally see their patterns. People from yarn dyers from, I mean, there is something definitely to be said about local yarn, how really, really good it is and how important it is to try and reduce your air miles. But there's also something to be said for discovering new yarns and different ways of doing things, and discovering new designers as well, and bag makers all around the world, not just in, say, Europe or America or Australia. As I found out, Australia has a lot of yarn dyers and designers and bag makers. I hosted the first month of Australia and New Zealand, and you can still knit something from there. If you have a pattern from a designer that you haven't finished in that month, it's open. There's going to be, I promise there will be an FO thread for all 6 months from all different continents, from all of the, you can pop anything in there. I'm going to set it up, and I'm going to have some giveaway things for that as well. All right, so don't worry about that. That will be coming. I just need to set it up. So I will be reminding people closer to the end date, and that's going to be the end of June, where you can put everything that you have put into everyone else's cal. Anyway, sorry. That can still anything still can be put in again, which is cheeky of me, I know, but it's great. So I hosted the first month, and then it went over to Africa, to Sally Jane, and she hosted South Africa. Well, she hosted most of, like, all of Africa, but most of the designers and dyers and bag makers are down in South Africa, which was very interesting for me to find out. I was trying to look at, like, the rest of Africa, but I just the fibre culture is not the same as everywhere else, which I think was really fascinating to learn about. Unfortunately, that month was a really busy month for me, and I didn't get to knit anything because I was trying to finish this cardigan. So I'm sad about that. I still have her Phoenix pattern, and maybe I could knit that, because she is actually running the cal for the whole 5 months, from the start of February all the way to the end of June as well. So if you want to, you can pop over to her. This is Sally Jane from the Pink Hair Girl podcast, Pink Hair Girl Knits podcast, and on Ravelry she has a cal going there for the whole 5 months, I believe, because she it's kind of. If you want to order something from Africa, it's going to take a bit longer. So she has allowed for that time, and she is allowing the whole cal to run for that. Now, this month is the month of Asia. Wow, Asia, and it's being run by Fatima, the Knit Knacker podcast, and she has the same idea. So it's going to run for the whole 6 months, or the whole 4 months that are left. If you want to tackle some incredible Japanese designs, oh my goodness, they're incredible. The most recent Fruity Knitting podcast had a woman on there explaining about how to read a Japanese knitting design pattern, and wow, they're so amazing. They're so different, you know. Also, amigurumi. Oh my goodness, amigurumi, it's so cute. Fatima pointed out this adorable little koala to me, and I'm like, yes, I'm going to knit that. Definitely. I'm going to crochet that. Sorry, it's crochet. Amigurumi is that tiny little animals with the cuteness and the cute things. And also, I really want to knit. Okay, so I'm going to try in the next 4 months, or at least until the end of June, the 31st. Is there 31 days in June or 30 days? Anyway, the end of June, I'm going to try and knit the koala, and it's the koala with eucalyptus leaves by Ahmaymet, Ahmaymet shop. I'll write it down. I'm also going to be knitting the Snow Melt Shawl by Mina Phillip, because Mina Phillip is actually Iranian. She's Iranian British. So she is part of Asia. I asked her and she was like, I don't mind, put me anywhere. I was like, awesome, because I've got a lot of her patterns. So yeah, I'm going to be knitting that, and I'm going to be knitting that out of some wool that I got in Edinburgh Yarn Festival. So I'm going to be using some of this yarn from, let me get out one. Let me get out all three. Crinkle, 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 crinkle. So this is some yarn I got in Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Beautiful. Oh, this booth was adorable. It was so nice. It is from homefarmwensleydales.com, and they have they told me the story and I've forgotten it now. This is nice. It's kind of, it's not the softest, soft. It's proper woolly wool. You know, everybody loves woolly wool nowadays. But there's beauty. This is the natural. And I think this is another type of natural shade, Cotswold Stone, so it must be dyed. And then this one is Morton Sage. How nice are they? So this is going to be the Snow Melt Shawl by Mina Phillip. Now we had a giveaway by Mina Phillip. And I'll tell you the winner now, shall I? I looked it up. So Mina Phillip's Snow Melt Shawl was won by H. Frund, who is in Alberta, and she is Quilt Crazy on Instagram. So you get one of these as well. Well, you don't get the yarn. You get the pattern to buy it. So lucky you. The pattern free, you get the pattern free. So you could join in if you like and join in the Wow Asia Cal. That would be amazing. So Wow Asia is being hosted by Fatima of the Knit Knacker podcast, and she has had some really good interviews on her blog and also on her YouTube video podcast. And her first one, I think, was Papi Put, who is a yarn dyer in Indonesia. Can you believe it? How awesome is that? And oh my gosh, you should see her yarns. They're beautiful, absolutely stunning. And she likes to try and represent Indonesia and the places that she visits in her yarns, which is just wonderful because they're such bright, vibrant, but also quite cool colors. And you should just go have a look and see. She does kits as well, and she has her first shawl design out at the moment. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do. Those two. And then when I was in New York, I popped into Pearl Soho. There's a lot of information in this podcast. I appreciate that, and I appreciate that you're holding on. You're so awesome. I haven't even got onto my whips yet, but I'll get onto the whips. This is kind of a bit of a haul video, but also a Wow Cow video. So one has to do what one has to do, mustn't one? So let's put that up there. Okay. I'm messing everything up now. Rude. So I went into Pearl Soho and I was wandering around and I was just like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff here. But I knew I had so much yet to buy in Edinburgh Yarn Festival. So I was like, I have to buy one skein or something very, very special. And I found an entire basket of Mayak. Now, I heard the story of Mayak on an audio podcast. I don't know which one. The story of Mayak. It's Tibetan yarn. Tibetan baby yak. Let me read you the little story, shall we? A company on a mission. Mayak was born of more than 20 years living and working with the nomadic herders of the Tibetan plateau. Our activities are equally imbued with a care for people, animals and the environment, as well as for the social and ethical values that characterize our entire chain. The fibre is hand-combed from the softer undercoats with no harm to the animals. Naturally soft, our yarns are spun from the finest baby yak and cashmere wools from the Tibetan plateau. It's ethically sourced, it's 100% traceable. We purchase our wools directly from the nomadic Tibetan herders. And it's spun in the finest mills in the foothills of the Italian Alps. Darling. Our yarns do not undergo any depigmentation process. So there's no dyeing and there's no bleaching. There is only what the yak is. I think there might be dyeing, but there's no bleaching because this is chocolate and this is oatmeal. I'm not sure. There's no depigmentation, that's what they say. So there's no bleaching, so everything is over dyed. So, it's so pretty. So I really want to cast on something with this. I'm thinking the Selby mittens. I've been saying the Selby mittens for years, but I think Ellie has a few more patterns coming out. Hey Ellie. But this is just so beautiful. It's DK weight, 50 gram skeins, pure happiness. And it is so, but it's not super soft, you know, it's definitely next to skin soft, but there's like a really firm bounce to it. Like it's really firm and it's not got a huge, like it does bounce. It's just amazing. It's just baby yak. That's all that's in here. It's incredible stuff. It just feels really like almost elastic. No, that's not the right word. Oh, it's just wonderful. If you ever get the chance, get your hands on some of this because they're supporting the the nomadic people on the Tibetan plateau like directly. I listened to this amazing podcast. I'm gonna have to try and find the link so you can hear about it. It's so interesting. So yes, I have 3 whole things to do for the Wow Asia Cal, so I really must do it. If I don't, I don't. But if I do, it will be great, right? I have plans. So that's all the lovely things. Right, I have one more Cal winner. I'm just sprinkling it in. I have one more Cal winner. Now, Mina also gave us her 7-month sock club, her New York sock club to give away. And I know I'm a little bit late on delivering on this because the first pattern is already out and it's beautiful actually. If you've not seen it, go have a look. But I have a winner. I have a winner for you, and it's Avril, and she was number 27, and she's an Irish girl living in Madrid. She's living in Spain. Now, Madrid is funny because Madrid is on a high plateau, so it actually gets quite cold. So hopefully you'll be able to use these socks quite a lot now, won't you, Avril? So I'm really delighted. I'm going to, I'll let Mina know, and I will I'll get her to send you the sock club. And also I will let H-Friend know. I didn't catch your proper name, Pet, but I'll get her to send you the patterns. ASAP. So you know. So you don't have to get in contact with me, actually. Did I say that before? No, you don't have to get in contact with me. They will just appear magically in your inbox, you lucky duck. Now, what else do I have to say to you? Let's talk about whips. I have no idea how long this is going to be, by the way. It's going to be as long as it's going to be. Wait, no, I have one more thing to say. So just for the Wow Asia Cal, I found something very appropriate. I keep on looking at myself. Look over there, Grace. Look at you. Look at me in the face. I found something very appropriate for the Wow Asia Cal when I was in Tasmania back in February. No. And it's this. I'm giving it to one of the winners in Fatima's Cal. It's so cute. Look, it's a tiny sheep made of Lego, and it's a Japanese company, and it's made in China. So very Asian, don't you think? But it's so cute. Look at it. It's so small. Everybody loves it, and it's called Nanoblock, micro-sized building blocks. So cute. So this will be one of the prizes if you take part in the Wow Asia Cal. Whoop, whoop. All right. Now let's get on to whips. Which whip shall I do? I'll start with the one that's been on the needles longest, shall we? Well, the ones that I've decided to show you today. There are some others, which I have not touched. This is the hemisphere hat, and I have not done anything, and I'm showing you this as a Grace, you've got to do something with yourself. You know, kick up the bum. So this is using Ella Ray Chunky, actually, so it's going to be quite a big, warm, comfy, cozy hat. And I did quite a long rib on it, a little bit longer than the pattern requested, actually, but this yarn is so pretty, isn't it? Oh, look at it. This is going to be my contrasting colour. This hat, it's at the point where I need to increase the stitch count by double. So I need to double the stitch count to, because this is a double knit hat. So it's going to be super, super warm, which is why I've stopped. I'm going to do it. I promise. I've just been, there's so much else going on in the world, in my brain. I've been trying to organize phones and bank accounts, and I had an interview today, and everything was just in the car and all this sort of nonsense. Anyway, next. Oh, we've got a Cal going on for that hat as well. It's for the entire 6 months of the, what's this called again? The Wow Cal. Yeah, so it's the hemisphere hat. Oh, I didn't show it to you. And actually, I had to throw away all my patterns because I was overweight. So I threw away my patterns because I knew I could print them out again. But I haven't printed them out again. Sorry. But it's a map of the world on a hat, double knit. It's so awesome. So the next thing I cast on. So when I was staying in Marsha's house, somebody lives quite close by. And... do I have the label? Oh, Michelle, do I have the label now? I probably don't. I don't. This is Isis Fiber Arts. Can you see the sparkles? This is her Lobelia colorway in sparkle base. Lobelia sparkle is so sparkly. Look, even back here when it's darker, you can still see the sparkles. Oh my God! We saw it when I went over to her house, and Marcia actually physically cried when she saw it, and I was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. So I got her to dye me up some. Why not? She's just there. So I got her to dye me up some. And I cast on Marcia's new shawl design, which is the Stargazer shawl. And when I got to feel this in real life, I just loved this stitch pattern. It's so drapey and so lovely. I just wanted to touch it all the time. She was test knitting another, like, she was redoing it just for herself. And I kept on just like reaching over and just touching it. And I was like, I need that in my life. And Stargazer, this like dark, you know, sparkly night sky. Ugh. But it is tricky to knit, especially if you're driving at night. Awkward. But I've got the hang of it now. It's a 4-row repeat, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but look at that sparkle. This I think will be great as like a Christmas shawl, a going out shawl for Christmas time. Oh, isn't that so nice? Yeah, like a party shawl. Like a party shawl. Yes, that's what I'm going to use it for, because I'm going to go to so many parties. Did you hear that? I was getting really Irish and now I went really American again. I kind of did it on purpose. It's all right. So when this stitch pattern blocks out, I'm a very tight knitter. I'm afraid that I did it, that I cast on to, oh, there it is. You see that? Oh, it has lovely, lovely, loveliness. I'm wondering now, though, should I cast on with a bigger needle size? Marcia, what do you think? I'm such a tight knitter, like. But look, it does that when I pull it out. Whee! Oh, it's so pretty. Literally so pretty. And I love doing it as well. Opera Joe was doing one as well. Ah, so pretty. And when one is knitting a sparkly shawl, one has to have a sparkly pen. And this is one of my presents from one of the jobs that I worked in the last, I think it was back this time last year. I left a job in Queen's Rocks in Western Australia, and they gave me this beautiful pen. Can you believe it? So pretty. Anyway. Yes, so that's what one did. One. I'm so posh, really. Oh gosh, I've made a big mistake. Okay, let's just put that back in the bag. Can I talk to you about this bag, by the way? Okay, let's talk about this bag. You may remember this bag, which I've raved about consistently for the past 50 million years. Well, when I was traveling across to Canada, I had a layover in LA, and one of my amazing Instagram followers, Carmen, who's keeping me sane on Instagram, she said, oh, I'd love to meet you. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's great, but like I'll be in the airport and I don't really know. And she's like, I'll pick you up from the airport. She took a day off work, came and picked me up from the airport. We went to the Getty Museum, and then we went down to Santa Monica Pier and had this amazing lunch. And then she gave me this bag, and then she gave me this yarn, and I'm like, what? Like, I should be giving her some stuff. Like, she came and picked me up. This is Hedgehog Fibers Skinny Singles. Oh my goodness. What colorway is this? Reverie. Oh, look how beautiful this is. Look at that green. That's highlighter, isn't it? That's no light. Carmen, thank you so much. Like, she was leaving the next day to go to Iceland, and I was like, don't you have enough to be doing? She was like, no, I really want to meet you. I was like, oh. I have the best people. So I'm in love with these bags. They are created by Zuncal, and it's just awesome. They're really, really good. So they're drawstring bags. They come with a little notions pouch, which I've actually left upstairs because they're actually great. I was using it for some of my currencies. On the inside, they're supposed to be apparently used for, like, I don't know, makeup and travel stuff, because they've got these little pouches or little net sections here, which are amazing for like carrying lip balm and little scissors and a thing of stitch markers and some highlighter tape. Amazing, by the way. I love this. It's just great. Like, and it's the perfect size, and it squishes down, and it's nice and squishy, and it sits upright like on its base. It's amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much. She was like, you raved about the other one so much, I had to get you another one. I was like, stop it now. Ridiculous. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciated her taking me out. It was a wonderful day, and it was so nice to just be like like picked up from the airport, not have to worry about where your bags are because they're just in the boot of the car. Like, it was so great. So yeah, this is like my friend's shawl. So that was amazing. Now I've got one more which I'm willing to show you, and I'm off screen now. That's good. So I've kind of said that I would do something for somebody wonderful and someone really nice and someone who deserves it. I gave someone the option of which wedding shawl she would like. And of course, the most complicated one was picked. Is there any other way that this could have happened in Grace's life? No. This is the shawl that she wanted. I can do it. I can do it. So this is the Cœur d'Amour. Wait. Cœur d'Amour. I feel like there's something happening in my throat that doesn't really know how to speak French anymore. Cœur d'Amour. There we go. That sounds better. And I don't know who this is written by because I printed it off of an ebook that I bought. The ebook was called New Vintage Lace. And there are some errata which I need to get hold of. But I've started off using some... I'm going to do it in 4-ply because it'll knit up faster and I can stop when it gets too big and I can just do some lacy edging or something anyway. But also it might be cold. You never know. So this is... Oh, it's so beautiful. Where is it? I bought this when I was in Exeter the last couple of days before I got the ferry across, and there's this new shop in Exeter. Does anybody know about this shop? You have to go immediately. It is amazing. It's called Wool on the X, Adventures in Yarn, and it's just down on the riverside. It's a beautiful setting, beautiful shop, absolutely amazing things they've got. She's got loads and loads of like really fine hand-dyed British yarns, as well as she's got like John Arbon in there. She's got who's this? Eden Cottage Yarns. She's got, but these guys, I got some fibre spates. I got some scrumptious 4-ply sport weight fibre spates yarn, and I got the 45% silk and 55% superwash merino for her. Because if you're going to be knitting a complicated thing, you need nice yarn to knit it in, right? Otherwise you won't do it, right? It looks just plain white, but it is, just the sheen off it is amazing. It's so silky soft. I must not put it on my face. I'm actually terrified of staining it, so I'm going to put it straight back in there. Because it's so white, like. Anyway, I'm knitting a swatch because swatching is what good people do. And this is my little swatch so far, and I think I've only messed it up like twice. It's fine. I think that's the bit where the leaf kind of comes off and does its own thing. So yeah, I'm just doing a little swatch. And I'm thinking I should have done a swatch like in a triangle thing, but oh, it's fine. It'll all work out in the end. Right? Yes. So that's where I am. I need to do it. I'm doing it on highest sharps. It's asked for 2.75 millimeters, but that's for a lace. I'm thinking I might have to go up. I'll see how this blocks out, and if it's okay, then I'll go with this. But if not, I'll go up a needle size. You know, if the fabric is too dense, but you never know until you block it, right? So I'm going to do it properly and do a couple of tests. I bought this yarn because the other yarn that I thought I had sent back to James, I had actually sent back to Ireland, and I don't know if it's enough either. It's very light, but maybe I will do it in that and save that nice yarn for sending for me. I might do that. I don't know, we'll see. So now, I think, let me see. I still have so much to tell you, but I'm gonna have to stop it there. I'll upload this and then I will do a separate haul video. Don't forget to comment down below for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and don't forget to go over to the wow. to the Knit Knacker and Natters podcast group on Ravelry and have a look at the rules for the Wow Asia Cal and also the Wow Africa Cal run by Sally Jane of Pink Hair Girl Knits, because that's still running. Okay, all of these are still running. And congratulations to my 2 winners, Avril and H. Frund. Yay! I will see you all soon. And yeah, bye! Are you looking for the food? No, you couldn't be. Have you never eaten before in your life? Have you not? That's awful, because I literally just fed you 20 seconds ago. Mr. Norris. Mr. Norris. There's food over there. You know what? I want different food. Mr. Norris.